Tom Outdoors goes coastal! Hello again everyone, hope we're all well. Today I'm in Dunwich on the Suffolk coast and it's Valentine's Day, so I'm joined by Jake. No, I'm only joking, Candice is with me.
Happy Valentine's.
Yeah, so she's joined me, celebrate Valentine's Day together. It's the second time in my entire life that I've celebrated it, so it's really special. So yeah, of course I've been to Dunwich twice before, once with Jake actually, but Candice has never been here before, so as it's going to be her birthday tomorrow as well, we're spending 2 days together, I went, where do you want to go? And she went, I've never been Dunwich before, and I went, that's good because I've got to walk there, and yeah, we're going to be having a look at Southwold tomorrow. We're going to try and wild camp on the coast here at Dunwich, so it's a bit windy by the way, excuse the wind. So north is that way and we're going to try and wild camp up there, sort of Dingle Marshes. Big Barry White sunglasses on again. Oh, that's that way, I think it got blown over there, bloody hell. And yeah, it's really nice around here, apart from the wind. Beach Cafe, that's behind me there, that's closed for the season. It's not going to be open until the summer I think. And yeah, so we've got I'll just sit down out of the wind again. So we've got this 50 walks in Suffolk again, and the walk is going to be 8 miles. So we're going to be visiting Dunwich Heath and the Coast Guard cottages. Done a walk there before as well. We're going to be visiting like the ruins of Greyfriars Chapel, all the historic sites in Dunwich in the village, a bit of coastal walking. There's going to be loads of stuff, it's going to be absolutely banging. Anyways, enough talking, let's get walking! So this is the beach car park here at Dunwich. So the beach is out that way, and yeah, it's free to park here. That's where me and Jake parked overnight last time when we wild camped here. So Time Team visited here quite a few years ago, and I think they was excavating sort of around here in front of where Candice is, and they sort of dug up a big section and stuff. They also excavated at Greyfriars Chapel, the remains of it. So we're going to be heading there first, and I've got a few bits of historical information to tell you, as always. Medieval Dunwich was a splendid city and a major seaport that exported wool and grain to Europe and imported cloth and wine. It had 6 churches plus numerous chapels, convents, monasteries, hospitals, aleshouses, farmhouses and mills. Now it is a small seaside village with a handful of houses and a pub. So where has it gone? The answer is that, like so much of the Suffolk coast, it has vanished into the sea. The sea has been the making and breaking of Dunwich. It was the sea that brought its most famous figure, St. Felix of Burgundy, a missionary invited by King Sigebert to preach Christianity to the pagans of East Anglia, and rewarded with a bishopric and a cathedral at Dunwich in AD 630. It was the sea that silted up the harbour during a terrible storm in 1286, leading to the city's inevitable decline, and it is the sea ever since which has taken Dunwich back, a process which continues at the rate of around 1 yard or 1 metre each year, as the tides chip away at the base of the cliffs. A scale model of the 12th century city, housed in Dunwich Museum, reveals the full truth about its decline. The Roman town here extended 1 mile or 1.6 kilometres out to sea beyond the present coastline. Half of this had disappeared by the time of the Norman conquest, but the worst was yet to come. The last church tumbled over the cliffs as recently as 1920, and the museum has a series of dramatic photographs showing it collapsing year by year. According to a local legend, you can still hear the bells of the sunken churches pealing on a stormy night. The local coastline is also under threat from erosion, with chunks of the cliff face disappearing annually. Dunwich was once the 6th greatest medieval town in England, but fierce storms in the late 13th and early 14th centuries swept away many people, houses, churches and ships. The encroaching sea blocked the haven for good, and Dunwich never recovered. As late as 1922, All Saints, the last medieval parish church, finally succumbed to the waves, and today all that remains of the old town is the refectory of Greyfriars Friary and the apse of the leper hospital, now in the churchyard of St. James's Church. Welcome back. We're entering Dunwich Heath, owned by the National Trust, one of my favourite organisations. So there's probably a better picture of the area. It's not going to be that clear today. There's a Sizewell nuclear power station, camped there before. Done a day walk here at the Coast Guard cottages with Jake. This popular walk takes you across Dunwich Heath, a unique area of low heathland, characterised by light, sandy and acidic soils. It forms part of the Suffolk Heritage Coast and is designated as being an area of outstanding natural beauty. Here you can walk amongst tracts of pink and purple heather, usually in bloom from July to September, that stretch towards crumbling cliffs and the North Sea. You might catch sight of a Dartford warbler, a rare bird that is often seen perched on top of a brilliant yellow gorse bush, and at dusk, on a warm summer's evening, you may encounter the hypnotic churring sound of a nightjar as it searches for insects. Dunwich Heath is part of what is known as the Suffolk Sandlings lowland heath, which ran continuously from Ipswich to Lowestoft during the last century. The Sandlings were created thousands of years ago, but sadly only a few tracts still exist. Without constant care, the remaining heaths would soon disappear under trees and bracken. At Dunwich Heath, the National Trust manages some 215 acres, or 87 hectares, of sandy cliffs and a mile, 1.6 kilometres, of beach as a conservation area. The area was once part of the extensive Sandlings Heaths and consists of miles of excellent walks and tracks through open heathland. It borders the RSPB's Minsmere Nature Reserve, and the shady woods and expanses of heather attract birdlife, including Dartford warblers and nightjars. Between June and September, the heathland on the cliff top is carpeted with glorious purple and pink heather. The habitat now gradually changes from heather to mostly bracken, with a mosaic of wetland on the right, interspersed with silver birch trees. Between May and September, you may be lucky enough to see nightjars on Dunwich Heath. These nocturnal birds, with their brown, mottled feathers, spend the summer on Suffolk heathland after wintering in Africa. The best time to see them and to hear their distinctive haunting chirr is around dusk. Right, welcome back everyone. We've gone through Dunwich Heath and we've headed back to Dunwich, and we've come out at the present day church here. So we're going to have a little look in the church quickly. Like I say, I've been there before but Candice hasn't, so I'm going to show us some cool stuff there, like the last tower buttress of the last church that went over the cliffs in the early 1900s, I believe. It was All Saints, I'm not sure. That's been moved and placed in the graveyard here. There's like the big leper hospital and chapel in there as well, the ruins of that. There is tons of stuff. So the rest of the walk, I believe, is going to continue round that way and up to like Dingle Marshes, Great Dingle Farm, and then it will turn and come back along the shingle beach along the coast. So this massive tower buttress here is all that remains of the sixth and final church that went over the cliff and fell into the sea, down of course on the coast there at Dunwich in, I think it was like the early 1900s. So before it went over they managed to rescue it, and they repositioned it here so that it should last forever. And then there's the modern day church here that they built because they'd lost all their churches. Of course they needed to build a church, so this only dates back to like I think the 1800s. It's not that old at all. Yeah, we'll have a look in there now. pub is just over there, so we're gonna hopefully head in there, and hopefully they're serving food. So I mean, at the very least we'll get a pint anyway, but yeah, really could do with some hot food, definitely. Welcome back everyone. We're just leaving the Ship pub in Dunwich here now. I'm outside in a little courtyard bit. Candice is in the toilet. We had a lovely fish and chips, cod and chips and mushy peas each, a couple of ciders, Aspel, Harry Sparrow, decent cider that is. And yeah, we're going to head back to the car at the beach and grab our rucksacks with like the tent and sleeping bags and whatnot in, and what we're going to do instead this time is head up the beach, kind of like what me and Jake did last time. Find somewhere to camp along the shingle bank there, probably out of the wind. The wind's picking up a little bit and there is some rain in the air as well. I think it looks like it's been raining out here, so and then in the morning what we're going to do is walk back to the cars, and then we're just going to sort of do the next half of the walk, which is sort of like a circular bit. So from the car park up along beside Dunwich Forest and then back along the beach where we'll have camped from the night before. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see you back at the cars because we're gonna open up some Valentine's Day presents from each other. So we'll see you there. Right, we're back in the car at the car park, and I've given Candice Valentine's Day presents. The wrapping isn't exactly very Valentine's Day themed. It's all I could find, so yeah, she's got 2 presents from us, and written on the old taggers and that. Go and crack them open then. So this is your sort of main Valentine's Day present. Oh yeah, I've got her a bottle of Aspel as well, because I know she loves Aspel. She still won't be on camera though, so you've got to just listen out. Yeah, so I've wrapped it, put quite a lot of wrapping on it. Tearing's there, go on.
Oh no, it's awful. Oh, that's so perfect. Oh, thank you.
Alright, oh, kiss, alright, okay. Not keep. That's not on camera.
Do you know what? I ain't got water bowl.
Yeah, because you've got. I've got to tell people at home, you know, you got Raynaud's disease. Raynaud's syndrome. So you get cold and stuff. So I figured something to keep you warm. Right. Anyways, yeah, that's your first present. That's all right. Hot water bottle, cute dog on it. You know, all that shit. Yeah.
All that shit.
Right. Second present. There is one other person in the car park now, by the way. I think they're either night fishermen or they're doggers, but I don't know why you'd want to go dogging in this weather. It is howling outside and it's raining quite hard now. Oh, here we go. Probably night fishermen.
Oh, it's so cool.
Got a little candle with some little hearts in it.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
She loves a candle, yeah.
I do, just in case we've got a blackout.
What mood lighting, yeah. Yeah.
That's so nice. Thank you.
It's alright. And right, you just got your card to open.
Cool.
Right, most important bits of the card. Go and show them what it says. I don't know if you can see that.
A great pair.
We make a great pair. Yeah. Don't read it out though.
No. Oh. Oh.
That's right. There we go. Now have a little kiss. You're not getting to see on camera.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yes, okay.
Oh. Everyone at the moment's throwing up. I'm watching this like. Right, this is Candice's card.
Gonna laugh.
Okay, what's it say? To my boyfriend on Valentine's Day, I utterly adore you. It's Will. Nice. To Tom, happy Valentine's Day.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to snuggle you. Love, Candice. Oh, 3 kisses. Lovely.
Will.
It's Will. Yeah, is this secretly a love letter to Will? Do you secretly fancy Will?
I just laugh and I'm
Will,
sorry.
stay away. Yeah. Cheers. Oh. Right, this big old bag here is from Candice to me. Have you written? Oh, you ain't written on the tag. Right, romantic as ever. No, it's lovely. Right, she's got me. She hasn't wrapped them up, by the way. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We've got. Sort of knew what I was getting. Dunkirk on DVD. None of this stuff is some of it's walking themed, by the way. Dunkirk, new film, absolutely brilliant. Wanted to see that. Cheers. So that's going to be DVD night sorted. Then we've got right down the bottom here. Now I'm secretly a massive fan of vanilla Coke. It's just got us 2 cans of that. I might have to crack one of those out on the camp, I think. Cheers. And then last but not least, actually, blimey, there's loads of stuff in here. Got OS Explorer map 194, Hertford and Bishop Stortford, Buntingford and Clavering, because I wanted that one, you see, so that'll help out with a lot of our Hertfordshire walks and stuff. So it's brilliant. Little Haddon, we went there the other week. Yeah. Cheers. Always looking for maps. I buy so many maps, so they do come in handy, definitely. And then last but not least is this really good book that I've been looking for. It's Ultralight Backpacking Tips, a practical and philosophical guide with cartoons. So basically just tips for going ultra lightweight with your camping and stuff like that, by Mike. I think he's called Sealand or Selland, don't know. But yeah, he's got some cool stuff on YouTube actually, and that's where I found him. But yeah, it's a really good book, so I'm definitely going to be reading through that. That's probably going to be my book that I read on the toilet, I'm not going to lie.
Cool.
Got to have a good book to read on the toilet, haven't you? Cheers for that. That's absolutely brilliant.
Banging.
Lovely. Happy Valentine's Day, you. Come here. Oh. Right, welcome back everyone. Candice is there. Right, I've got some bad news, I'm afraid. I think we're going to have to abandon this one. We've sort of managed to get the tent set up, but it's because the weather is so bad here, like especially the wind. We've not been able to get like a proper pitch on the tent. The wind is just basically coming in from pretty much all directions now, and as you can hear and probably see, it's raining pretty hard. So because the tent's not pitched properly, of course the rain is going to come through. And Candice has said she's getting a bit cold and stuff, where we've got a bit soaked and that. I'd say a bit, we got pretty soaked setting up, even with waterproofs on. So we haven't got far to get back to the car. We're going to abandon this one. So apologies about that if you was looking forward to a wild camp. We're going to have to leave the other half of the walk as well out, but to be fair, there weren't really a lot to see apart from the shingle beach and stuff. But yeah, so it's probably about a quarter of a mile walk back to the car. We're going to try and get all the gear packed up. Everything's soaked, even though we tried to keep it dry. Yeah, get packed up quickly, get back to the car, and then it's like a 2-hour drive home, and we're just going to stay at mine. So probably the best thing really. Can't even camp in the garden. I think the weather's pretty bad there as well. Anyways, but we're still laughing, we're still smiling, so it's been good overall. Yeah, stroking the beard. We're gonna have to abandon Southwold as well, because there's no point driving all the way back up here. So we're going to do a Hertfordshire walk tomorrow. Anyways, right, you'll see us back at the car. Wish us luck. Right, welcome back. We managed to get back to the car. It made Landguard Point when we packed up in that weather and like sort of the ice and the sleet and stuff and the wind and the rain there, it made that look like nothing. That was really severe, that. I've sort of just gone into the public toilets here at the beach. Thankfully they're still open this time of night, and just got changed into my dry stuff like my softy trousers, my Rab windproof thing, this spare fleece that I had in the car, spare thermals, spare socks. Always good to keep that stuff, of course. You know, if I'm going to give you a tip, that's what you got to do, have spare dry clothes, definitely. Candice has borrowed my old jacket here. She's doing her face. There you go. Got her on camera. And
really? We've got a camera, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. Her glasses are somewhere like in there. Everything's just soaked. So yeah, it's been a pretty fun Valentine's Day, I'm not going to lie. So we've got like a 2-hour drive home now through some pretty awful rain and wind. I mean, I would say this is probably not far off of like a storm. Really, it was so bad up there on the thing. Okay, welcome back. We made it home. It was pretty treacherous weather actually to drive in. I've got a lot of stuff to dry, put it that way. I've left most of it in the car and bought a bit in, but we're just enjoying a cup of tea each, and we're going to hit the sack. And yeah, Candice is staying over, Valentine's night, brilliant. And yeah, we're going to go for probably a little day walk tomorrow, probably Hertfordshire or Kent maybe, we'll see. And because it's her birthday tomorrow as well, she's going to be 38 years young, so wish her a happy birthday. Yeah, all that leaves me to say is apologies for sort of the video sort of ending a bit badly, but we still had a really nice day. It's a Valentine's Day we won't forget.
Certainly won't forget.
Definitely. So it's been fun all in all. So yeah, we'll come back to Dunwich in the summer probably and do a camp there. The weather should be a lot nicer then. So yeah, all that leaves me to say is thank you for watching. Cheers for the support. And yeah, you'll see me again soon. You'll probably see Candice again soon as well. Yeah. So yeah, cheers. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.